Hey fellas, welcome to the Neon Direct Summer 2025. I'm being vague with the date because I don't know if I'm going to get this out June 30th, July 1st, or never. Aside from this little opening bit, this is going to be more off-the-cuff update for everything NeonManta going forward. Let's dive right in. So first things first, biggest news, I finally fucking uploaded! Sure, it wasn't an original video, and I basically had like 90% of it done for me in one recording, and I may have drawn the ire of the Death Battle community and am forever branded the #1 Luzanne hater, but you know what? At the end of the day, I uploaded, and no one can take that away from me. So yeah, first major topic, the new official NeonManta channel. It exists, and content is currently being made for it. I have several video projects in different stages of production right now, with some I'm keeping secret, but one project that I will reveal is this. I'm working on a video counting down my 10 favorite media I first checked out in 2024. I wish I could have gotten it out sooner, but a mix of life and, quite frankly, laziness has kept me from going full steam ahead on the project, but after working on and uploading the Death Battle pitch vid, I've gotten that bug to make content again, cause damn it, I forgot how much fun video editing is. I love taking all these different pieces and reconstructing them to make something new, like my now infamous Akko steel chair spot with Anne. The media video was inspired by a YouTuber I like named Biffweed, and he just put out his 2024 media video recently, although mine is gonna be even less marketable because I'm just literally some fucking who on the interwebs. However, I do have more clickable, crowd-pleasing videos on the horizon, some of which will continue on in the footsteps of the Luz vs. Akko pitch. Since the idea of a death battle tuber is a semi-viable option these days, I would love to make some more death battle content, but unlike guys like Biffweed who made their whole online identity about death battle before breaking out into more varied content, I want to establish off the bat that I don't want to talk about death battle exclusively, or even for a majority of my videos. I want death battle for me to be what Mario Kart is for guys like Shifriless, where it's a prominent chunk of their channel, but it's just one of their many flavors. I have plans to make videos ranking every season of Death Battle, as well as some more outside-the-box ideas that I'm looking forward to, and praying no one else in the community thinks of and does first. With all that being said, I hope to have 2 videos out in July. One secret project in mid to late July, and the 2024 media ranking video whenever I can finish it in July, if I can finish it in July. If one is probably going to come out before the other, and if that does happen, these videos are probably going to be spaced by at least like 2 weeks. As for the kinds of videos that I want to make, I do love rankings, and the current YouTube landscape seems to love them too, so it's a win for me, let's hope. So in addition to death battle videos and videos about some of my favorite hobbies such as games, anime, movies, I also have plans for videos outside of just ranking videos like essays and analyses. I have a whole bunch of ideas, but only one Manta to do them, and I have a bad habit of starting a project, getting burnt out on it, putting it on indefinite hold while I start a new project, repeat ad nauseum. But I'm hoping to break that with this newfound surge of motivation from the Death Battle pitch vid. So that's pretty much everything for the main channel, so let's move on to the other members of the NeonManta Squadron. A squadron is a group of mantas, by the way. I'm really leaning into that brand synergy. For the longest time, this channel, Neon's Dwelling, has been acting as both my side channel for random miscellaneous content and a dumping ground for my Twitch stream VODs. I'm excited to say that starting now, stream VODs will be moved to a new channel altogether, Neon Demand. At the time of writing this, it's not live yet, but once I finish playing through Ratchet & Clank Going Commando on my Twitch channel, Neon_Manta, and putting up the remaining VODs on this channel since the first few of the game are already on here and I don't want to break them up, all future stream VODs will go exclusively to Neon Demand. That way I can keep this channel cleaner for its new content going forward. As for Neon's Dwelling, this is going to be my more lower effort variety channel. Neon After Dark, one might say. First off, my biggest idea for this channel that I alluded to in my last 2025 update video, football. I've gotten big into the NFL these past couple years, and I feel like I've gotten to a point of ball knowledge where I can make videos about the current NFL landscape and have a lot of fun doing so. I really wish I could put this content on the main channel because I do think I could make it really entertaining and enjoyable, but combining media analysis with NFL content is just not marketable in any way, and it's the kind of thing where I just have to pick a fucking lane. I already post my NFL TikToks here, and they tend to do pretty well for this tiny-ass channel, so you can expect more of those, plus longer-form NFL content like weekly predictions, pick'ems, and recaps when the 2025 season begins. Alongside NFL content will be a plethora of side content series, a lot of which I don't feel ready to talk about yet, except for one project I've been working on and off with for a few months now, a podcast series separate from Castaway Anime. And since this is the secondary side channel, I don't have to care about what kind of content goes up here. That sure would be nice if all channels could be like that on YouTube.com. Moving on, let's talk about my podcast channel, Castaway Anime. Currently, the podcast is still on hiatus since my co-host Crunchy Bagels has his dick to the grindstone with his main channel, and to his credit, he was 1000% right to do so because he's blowing up at a frankly mind-blowing rate. But as we stated on the podcast channel before, it's not completely Jover. We're on an extended hiatus until we can get some big things figured out at the end of the year that we don't want to reveal publicly, but if all goes as planned, Castaway Anime will return bigger and better than ever. In the meantime, while there will continue to be no new episodes until 2026, I've decided to create some supercut episodes that will combine segments from multiple episodes where we talked about one series of a show or a series and string them together so people can hear us talk about shows like My Dress Up Darling or Dawn to Dawn without having to go through multiple episodes just for those segments. Hopefully we can put out enough supercut episodes for this latter half of the year to satiate fans until 2026. In addition to supercuts, I'm also planning on doing more for the channel through shorts. I have a lot of ideas for quick, easy to make short videos about anime that can fill out the channel with content for some easy growth and fun filler. I can make them for my TikTok and then post them to the podcast channel pretty easily. Not much in ways of big, exciting news for the podcast, but that's a hiatus for you. It really sucks that we're missing summer 2025, because this is like one of the biggest anime seasons we've had in a while. But I think Crunchy would physically shut down if he had to divert attention away from his channel to talk about Rent-A-Girlfriend Season 4. I already mentioned the future existence of my new stream VOD channel, Neon Demand. I try to stream about 3 times a week on my Twitch channel, Neon_Manta on Twitch. Right now, I'm still going through the Ratchet & Clank series with Going Commando, and continuing runs in a childhood game of mine, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Dual Transfer on the Wii, and the recently released First Berserker Kazan. One thing you might notice from the footage on screen, however, is that the Manta design used for my VTuber model is the older design, different from the current one. I'm actually in talks with my artist to have a small handful of designs ready to replace it before I take the plunge into ToonTuber software and get a more animated version prepared. I won't have that for a decent while, since that'll cost a hefty chunk of change to make, and also learn the software and how to do it all correctly. So for right now, my goal for streaming is to change out my old avatar to my new one as soon as possible. So if y'all like video games and want to see me play some video games and chat about whatever, then drop a follow to my Twitch, linked in the description, and on my channel bios. Finally, I want to wrap up this channel update with a big thank you. Thank you for anyone that's ever watched my main channel videos, my side content, my podcasts, my stream VODs, my shorts, my anything. Getting to create something out of virtual thin air and have it not only be watched but enjoyed by randoms all over the online world that respond positively towards it fuels my already inflated ego into stratospheric levels. I can't promise any speedy timetables on content, but what matters most to me is that I don't take shortcuts and provide the highest quality NeonManta content for you all to enjoy. It's gonna be a bitch balancing uploading, streaming, and editing with my personal life, my job, and my physical fitness, but I want to do everything I can and provide for not just you, the viewer, but for myself too. My current goals until the end of this year are to get the main channel to 100 subs, my Twitch to 100 followers, and the podcast to 500 subs, the latter of which has been long overdue. I'd love to eventually turn this into a viable career if I'm able to, but for where I am at right now in my life, I'm very happy, and I can only hope to make you, the viewer, happy as well. With all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe to my main channel, subscribe to my side channel, subscribe to my podcast, follow me on Twitch, and follow me on Twitter, all linked in the description below. I am NeonManta, and you'll see me next time.